depending on your tastes. The destination, and most importantly, the path to the destination will vary from thousands of possibilities.
They helped me, played games with me, they stole my money. And they made me realize that I have to come back home, I have to make my own way, to help the brigades. Where am I? Road 13, Road 42, Road 67, Road 96.
While it's still early, developer Straightfawn has created something really special and unique with the Wandering Village. On paper, it's a town building sim. You go about your business, you build up your population, erect buildings, mine for resources, but it has a really rad twist.
Hello everybody, we're Claudio Beck.
Hi.
And Philomena Schwab from Straightfawn Studio, and we're here today to present to you our upcoming game, The Wandering Village, a city building simulation game on the back of a giant wandering creature.
Our studio is known for doing science-based games, and this one is based in biology and ecology. Visually, the game is inspired by movies and Studio Ghibli, and musically, it's influenced by various forms of folkloric music from all around the world. Your people will be escaping and seeking shelter from a toxic fungus. And they will find it on this giant animal they call Ombu. Traveling from biome to biome, bringing new opportunities, but also new challenges. And you're going to be communicating with the Ombu to create and build on your symbiotic relationship.
If you build this specific building, the horn tower, near the animal's head, so it will be able to hear you, you then get this additional view of zooming out to the animal and giving it different commands. Such as run or lay down. But the Ombu is still a wild creature, and so it may decide to listen to you, but sometimes it won't, depending on mood and your relationship with the animal. We are big fans of city builders and colony sim games in general. Don't Starve, Black and White, The Settlers, RimWorld and Banished, and all of them inspired us. If I have to choose two games that are most similar to ours, it would be Frostpunk and Airborne Kingdom, because they not only share our genre, but they also have a unique setting and a limited building space. We're hoping to release The Wandering Village on Steam Early Access later this year in Q4. So if you liked what you saw, please consider to leave us a wish list. And if you want to stay up to date with the development of the game, come join us on Discord. Thanks for your attention. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Next up is Unbeatable from D-Cell Games, just coming off a super successful Kickstarter campaign. Oddly, it's another beautiful narrative adventure game with rhythm mechanics, but much different than a musical story, so please enjoy.
I'm Andrew Tsai.
I'm TJ Maddox.
I'm Rachel Lake.
I'm Vasily Nikolaev.
I'm Jeffrey.
I'm RJ Lake.
And we are D-Cell Games.
We're making Unbeatable,
an anime-inspired rhythm adventure game where music is illegal
and you do crimes.
The basic setup is simple. You have two buttons, one button for up and one button for down. That framework powers everything, from fighting off monsters during a rock concert, to winning an eating competition, to playing darts.
In between that, you're going to be exploring the city, avoiding the authorities, talking to locals, finding hidden secrets, and, of course, planning out your illegal underground concerts.
In this early section of the game, Beat, that's the girl with pink hair, and her three bandmates have just barely managed a daring escape from the local police.
They find themselves washed up on a beach on the outskirts of the city, and now need to scope out a venue and figure out where they're going to lie low and practice.
Before you go on for the big show, you're going to be finalizing the songs that you're playing.
The songs you have access to here are all based on what Beat and the band have managed to write, which is influenced by all of your decisions.
Unbeatable is a synthesis of everything we love about our favorite games with the memories that we have of watching bootleg anime as kids.
With Unbeatable, we're telling a multi-generational story about nostalgia and the ways that nostalgia objects change when viewed with different contexts. We're enormously excited for everyone to check it out when it's done.
Since that will be a bit, why not download our free demo, Unbeatable White Label, right now? You can grab it on Steam and itch, and it will let you play through a dozen songs already.
Thank you from everybody at D-Cell Games.
Our pals at Devolver Digital are back with developer Acid Nerve for Death's Door. This is the team behind Titan Souls, so if you're a fan of super challenging combat, tight boss battles, and birds with swords, you're gonna dig this one.
Hi, I'm David Fenn. I'm a producer and designer at Acid Nerve, and we're working on a game called Death's Door. It's a fantasy action-adventure set in a strange world where nothing naturally dies anymore, and this group of lazy office worker pros are in charge of maintaining some sense of order. You play as one of the crows, and your job is to venture into the outside world and reap the souls of the dead. Combat focuses on intense, fast-paced brawls, where mistakes are punished and skill is rewarded. Our background is in tight 2D pixel art action, and we've been careful to maintain the responsiveness of this style. The world is fully explorable and it's entirely handcrafted. All of the characters and enemies that you meet have memorable, twisted designs as well. Death's Door has plenty of high-octane action, but it's equally about discovering the secrets of its unique setting and unraveling its mysterious story. The structure and the scope of the gameplay most closely match one of our oldest inspirations, The Legend of Zelda. You have a grim job to do, but you'll also bring hope to the weird and wonderful residents who are trying to make their way in this strange place. The setting and circumstances are bleak, but the moment-to-moment interactions have touches of humour and positivity. It's this juxtaposition that we find so compelling, and we really hope that you do as well. If so, you can look forward to playing Death's Door when it comes out this summer. Thanks very much.
Over the last generation of games, we've seen such crazy leaps in animation, but it's not just technology leading the charge, it's artistry. Behind the Frame is a perfect example of that. It's a narrative-focused experience from a developer out of Taiwan called Silver Lining Studio, and it's got serious Ghibli vibes. Also, rumor has it during playtests, it's been known to be a tearjerker.
Hey guys, I'm Wei Chen. We're a Silver Lining studio located in Taiwan. Today we're going to show you a little bit of our game, Behind the Frame.
Yeah,
Behind the Frame is a puzzle-solving, story-oriented game. The story is about a painter who is pursuing her lifelong dream to become a professional artist.
Alright.
We really want to make the game feel like anime film, so we use cel anime style to differentiate interactive objects from backgrounds. The gameplay is in first-person perspective, with several cutscenes. Which later on will found out her apartment has some secrets that she didn't know of.
Hey?
Like I mentioned before, we want this game to have anime and whimsical feels, so we chose hand-paint 2D panorama environments instead of building a 3D model.
Hey?
The story is really about love, life, and how to preserve memories. We are really excited to be part of Date of Death. Thank you guys.
We've always felt like the mission of Day of the Devs needed to extend beyond our own bandwidth, so we always take a turn to spotlight organizations around the world that are doing good by the gaming community. One of those is Asobu. They're based in Tokyo, and they're helping indie devs in Japan make their dream projects come true.
Hi everyone, my name is Anne and I'm the manager of Asobu, a community hub for indie creators here in Tokyo.
遊ぶっていうのは何なのか。遊ぶのコンセプト自体はコミュニティを作っていく、コミュニティを醸成していくということです。今具体的にどういう活動をしているかというと、渋谷にコミュニティスペースを運営して、そこをベースとして活動している初期メンバーの方々が主にゲーム制作を活動をしています。
Here at Asobu, we are all about helping Japanese creators. We're trying to build a community where they can learn from each other, find friends, collaborators, promote their project by connecting them with other awesome indie communities all over the world or outlets, like today, the Day of the Dev.
すごくいろんな人々にとってはゲームを作るということがどういうことなのか割と分かりづらいことなんだと思います。それをゲーム作りはこういう人々がやっていてこういうプロセスでこういうふうにやってるそしてこういう成功を収めることができるそういうことを広くいろんな人に伝えていきたいと思っています。そんなコミュニティをクリエイターたちと一緒に作っていくことによって新しい風が吹くのかなと思っています。
But back to the point of promoting Japanese indies, here is a few games to keep an eye on. Head is a unique 2D puzzle platformer being solo developed by the young creator Namatagashi. is a tiny robot trying to bring back the light to the world. Electricity runs through everything you touch. Including any place you touch your robot head. Elec Head is due out on Steam and itch.io later this year. Demolition Robots KK put you in control of a giant robot, ultimate all the cash you can by destroying as many buildings as possible. Developed by Takayuki Ichizo, this is multiplayer mayhem with a twist. Twitch viewers can influence the game by choosing items or actions on screen. Demolition Robots KK is planned for PC and console release later this year. Woke is a survival horror title from Kazumi Games. Inspired by influential games from the PlayStation 1 era, Woke takes place at dusk in an unnamed Japanese suburb. You control a defenseless schoolgirl trying to return home before dark. As she's pursued by mysterious shadow creatures. Kazumi Games is planning to launch Woke as a Kickstarter later this year. And that's all for today. Thank you so much, Day of the Dead, for having us. We're big fans and it really means a lot to be a part of this. If any of the stuff I talked about sounds interesting, please stop on our Asobu Discord or any of our events to check out and say hi. On our website, asobu.dev, we are launching a community profile section where both foreign and domestic creators and collaborators can use to find each other. And please keep an eye on our next Asobu Indie Showcase coming this September. Hope to see you there.
On its surface, our next game is a serene slice-of-life fishing RPG in a tranquil setting in 1980s Canada. Underneath the waves, there lies exciting adventure, exploration, and angling. Jump on board and join us on an epic voyage, and maybe you'll encounter the mystical monsters of Moonglow.
Hi, I'm Zach, Creative Director.
And I'm Lo, Art Director.
And we're the co-founders of Bunny Hug.
With our lovely global team, we're working on our studio's debut game, Moonglow Bay, a relaxing slice-of-life fishing RPG based on a town of people afraid to fish.
Well, Guppy, you did it. Your first catch. 40 years, and you still surprise me. I know this place seems strange. A fishing town afraid to fish. But that's why our new venture might just stay afloat. Because all those stories about the mystical monsters of Moonglow are exactly that. Stories.
Moonglow Bay is set along the eastern Canadian coastline during the 1980s. We've always admired fishing in games like Harvest Moon and Legend of the River King. However, it's very rare to see that feature as a core mechanic, let alone in an RPG. So we've really wanted to capture the magic of fishing in these games and make it the heart of our game. catch and cook, you'll be able to sell a variety of recipes to upgrade your shop, gear, and fishing boat, rebuilding the economy of a town on the verge of bankruptcy.
Today, we're excited to review the aquarium. This is where you can donate, preserve, and exhibit your fish while being rewarded for your efforts.
Your journey is split into 5 distinct story arcs with a fully inhabited town to traverse, and the potential for grand encounters,
documenting over 100 varied aquatic species, all while uncovering the secrets of Moonglow Bay. We're also excited to share that in addition to Xbox consoles, Game Pass, and Steam, Moonglow Bay will be coming to Epic Games Store, which you can wishlist now.
This bay is full of amazing new creatures waiting to be discovered. So we'll find them and share them with the world. Together. As long as this book is by your side. So am I. Welcome home.
This next one mashes up a bunch of genres in an unexpected way, but it's oh so satisfying. It's called Loot River, and it's from a studio called Straka out of Slovakia. And they've taken super frenzied roguelike action, procedural dungeon generation, and even a bit of Tetris, and mushed it all together in a pretty fucking cool way.
Hello everyone, I'm Miro from Straka Studio. Imagine if Diablo and Tetris had a baby. We're working on an island-shifting action roguelike, coming to Xbox and PC, Loot River.
In Loot River, we wanted to create a game about total player agency. With the ability to rearrange the world, you can overcome even the strongest foes. With each death, you wake up in an alternative reality. We are right now in the hub area that you can fill with useful NPCs as you progress. The hub directly connects to the sunken village. You traverse the area using wooden platforms that you can slide in any direction you want. The platforms themselves are a handy tool in combat, dodging the fast enemy attacks, splitting groups of enemies, or providing a hasty retreat. Here, we have a chest I'd like to loot. However, these guys in group would tear me to shreds. Instead, I'll make a path for them, lure them out, circle back, and get my reward unharmed. You can parry most of the enemy attacks, and after, you can counterattack. Enemies get stranger as you fight your way through Loot River, like a mage that can lock platforms together, preventing you from escaping until you defeat them. The level design is procedural, with handcrafted elements similar to Dead Cells or Spelunky. This way, we ensure the levels feel intentional and logical, with a clear way forward, while also keeping every run different. During your journey, you'll encounter many other travelers. Some of them hostile, but many still friendly. You'll encounter merchants or aspiring artists. Or perhaps vendors who can join your group and help you unlock permanent upgrades. You'll encounter beings so powerful, your entire existence is merely a small annoyance for them.
So I love when a game has an art style that looks unlike anything else. That's definitely the case with this next game. It's from a small team in Ecuador and really captures the sights and sounds of the place well. This is Despelote.
Hi, my name is Julian, and I'm the main developer of Despelote, alongside Sebastián Balbuena, who is in charge of the art and the music. The game is being produced by Gabe Cusillo, and Ian Berman is in charge of the sound. You play as a kid, and you're sitting around in school just waiting for the day to be over because you just want to play soccer. It's 2001, and Ecuador is on the verge of qualifying to the World Cup. They have never qualified to the World Cup before, so it is a pretty big deal, and everybody is anxiously awaiting the final match.
Mira, wow, aquí se ve mi casa. Mira, se ve un perrito desde acá. ¿Vamos a jugar?
The country was just coming out of this big financial crisis. The idea of qualifying just gave a lot of people a lot of hope. You don't really play a soccer match because, to be honest, it's just way more fun to kick it around and annoy the people in the park. This park is inspired by a lot of the parks I used to play in as a kid, like La Carolina in Quito. It is full of characters just going about their day. We recorded these conversations in an improvisational manner. We really wanted to capture this community of people, and we thought that having them improvise instead of us telling them what to say just felt way more natural. They all react to the ball in unique ways, and sometimes this leads to a big narrative moment. Sebastian is doing an incredible job hand-drawing all the characters and modeling a city from real pictures from places in Quito.
Con la comidita que les voy a llevar, ustedes son la fuerza y van a apoyar a Ecuador y mañana vamos a clasificar a su.
Basically, Despelote is a story about how soccer can impact a place and its culture. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it when we finally release it. Goodbye.
We have one last surprise. It's from developer Variable State, best known for their game Virginia. But with Last Stop, they evolved their narrative pedigree and take it into a much more supernatural territory. It's published by Annapurna Interactive, and that's worth mentioning because they've also been so kind to lend us a sneak peek at their upcoming Annapurna Interactive showcase, which is chock full of freeze-frame moments, so you won't want to blink.
Don't stop!
This is crazy.
We need to move. Let's get inside, out of sight.
Are you a human being? Like me?
Come a little closer. You two were made for each other.
I just want my body back!
So I feel like I can properly explain this. Are you okay travelling to the other side of the galaxy?
I read the brief.
We're making history here, Mina. Resources, technology, culture. This is the next frontier. I'm counting on you, Mina.
All right, I'll get the job done.
Dad! This is not your fault. If it's anyone's, it's mine.
I think I made a terrible mistake.
If you want my help, you only have to ask.
I gave up everything!
Come on, Hughes, this is it. Don't you want to know what's on the other side?
And that's it. Thank you for joining us for Summer Games Fest and this Day of the Dev Developer Showcase.
See what I mean? Aren't you excited now to go make games or play games or to build a tree fort or something? Like, it's just so inspiring. And thank you to all the developers who submitted their games.
If you're looking to submit one of your awesome games for a future Day of the Devs, head on over to dayofthedevs.com and sign up for our email list. It's the first place we spill the beans on call for submissions, no matter what time of year it is.
Thanks to all my co-hosts, thanks to I Am 8-Bit, and everybody who helped with the show.
Thank you, as always, for the generous support from our partners for making all of this possible. We could have not done this without you. PlayStation, Idea Xbox, Nintendo, Prime Gaming, and Steam. For the last 9 years, you've been on our court, and we super appreciate it. Extra special thanks to all the musicians who performed or lent their flavors to this broadcast. You made it all the more exciting and thrilling. We got Luca and Omni Boy for We Are OFK. We got the incomparable Darren Corbin and Ashley Barrett for yet again performing at Day of the Devs, this time from the supergiant masterpiece Hades. We got the poet, the legend, Dose One, who lent us his beats yet again to round out the editorial of this.
Thanks for watching. Until next time, I hope we can see each other in person.
And we got one more to close you out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Scientific.
you